And again, that comes from one of three reasons: boredom, stress, or frustration. And every scenario is different. So it's getting to the root of the problem. Why was the dog stressed out? Okay, then once you know the whys, then you implement the proper, modification to cure the behavior.
Let's talk about that whole boredom thing, because I think that's a huge issue for a lot of dogs. Because I think people sometimes get dogs and think of it as a toy that, you teach a few rules, but it doesn't have a lot of needs, so you can ignore it when you want to ignore it.
I tell people, when you get a dog, the first thing is research the breed you're getting. I mean, even though they're fundamentally the same, if you live in a small apartment and you have a full-time job and 4 kids and you don't have time for the dog, don't get a dog that requires high levels of exercise, okay? Just know the breed.
What are some of those breeds?
Labrador, golden retrievers, your sporting hunting varieties. Terriers are not, now there's exceptions to everything, so this is not an absolute, but when you have small children, terriers are not the best pick for your children, okay? Because they're very high energy. They need a job. They're tough little dogs. And the little dogs, depending on the age of the children, I should clarify that. But, most times the little children will pick them up and carry them. And, if, God forbid, they trip and fall or the dog falls, they can't think complexly, oh, they didn't mean it, they just dropped me. They now have an association. Right. And they now have a pain association with all, quote-unquote, dogs, that gender, that size. And depending on the developmental stage of the dog, sometimes that could stay with them for life. When 2 dogs meet, I don't mean to jump all over, but it just brought me to this point.
Please do.
When 2 dogs meet, within 5 seconds, they sniff each other and one must submit to the other. That's just the way Mother Nature's world works. It's survival. So one of the biggest gripes I have are the dog parks. Good intentions, bad judgment. It's not like social time with children. Know the breeds. If it's by a trainer or behaviorist who knows which breeds, which behaviors, then it's fine. You get 2 female terriers or 2 male garden protective breeds, same gender dogs, there's going to be a dominance issue and there will be a pack attack.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I get so upset with this because people have such good intentions. They don't want to see their dog get hurt. And, a dog is a pack animal. It is instinct. And you bring your dog into a park, there's a pack already established, whether there's 3 dogs, 5 dogs. The new dog comes in, the one that's established as the leader, they sniff. If neither one submits, and you already have a pack established, there will be a pack attack.
Wow.
Even dogs who've never shown aggression, it is instinctive. And why are little children brought into that scenario? I have to tell you.
Excellent point, because people don't think. They think, ooh, dog park, yeehaw. I have another question. What should you do if a dog is coming toward you in a menacing way?
Hopefully it's on a leash with an owner, and you tell the owner, please do not let your dog approach. Dogs, you teach the dog it is its right to meet and greet every dog on the street. Now, if you have a dog of some size and strength, it's dragging you when it sees a dog across the street. It can't tell the difference. Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. And you don't know what other dogs' personalities or behaviors are. Some dogs are dog aggressive regardless of the coat. Just because a dog's a specific breed does not mean it's friendly.
And so what if it's not on a leash?
If it's not on a leash and it comes towards you, aggressively, do not hold a tight leash with your dog. You are then the catalyst, the trigger to the gun to set your dog off. This is a situation.
No, I don't have a dog. I'm walking.
Oh, by yourself.
Dog coming to me.
This is the hardest thing. Instinctively, for a human, people want to run.
Yes.
Don't run. It triggers a dog's chase-prey instinct. Do not make direct eye contact. Direct eye contact is a challenge to the dog.
So you're not trying to establish that you're the alpha in this situation?
Not in that situation, because if the dog's already wanting to establish itself, that's a challenge. The dog's going to react. So what you want to do, just what I do, I actually had this incident happen to me when I was training one time. It was actually in Princeton, and I had my client's daughter with me. We were working with their dog, and here comes a German Shepherd, knowing all about what it was, running up the street, lips up, teeth bared, and I told the little girl, I says, get behind me and do not move, okay? And I had the dog on a loose leash, and sure enough, the dog was just sniffing around us, and the little girl was holding on to me. I says, don't look at the dog, just hold on. And we didn't exhibit any challenges to the dog. So I hold my arms like this, because if the dog's going to come at you 9 out of 10 times, they're going to go for the neck. Everything works off the neck. So if a dog, God forbid, did do that, arms up, it's going to get my forearm and not my neck or my face or my chest. Okay? Of course, with me, most people would be fearful. I got so angry because it wasn't the dog. It was an irresponsible owner. There are leash laws for a reason.
Yes.
Keep your dog on a leash. Not everybody, like the scenario you just, talked about, wants to pet your dog.
Yes.
And nor should they have
irresponsible.
to. It is irresponsible and it's rude. If you have a dog, it's your dog. Enjoy it. If somebody else wants a dog, they can get their own dog.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I feel very strongly about that.
No, it's true. Yeah. Yes, my mind is going in a million different directions because I do remember being in a park and somebody let their dog run without the leash, and this older couple said to them, please, keep your dog on a leash.
Yes.
And they got very snarky, oh, whatever. And I thought, all it is, it's like you said, you want your dog? Great. It doesn't mean that everybody else wants your dog.
That's right. And that's a public environment, and people should not have to deal with your dog. You have a legal responsibility to keep control of your dog. It is that black and white.
I want to give you, we're almost at the end, and I want to give you an opportunity to say exactly what it is that you do for people, besides write books and say, here's how you do it.
I go to people's homes and I teach them what it is they need to establish with their dog in their home to set the foundation for formal training. I call my training reality training. I do not use food motivation or toy motivation. And I tell clients this, not that I'm downplaying anybody else's methods. However, for myself, I have found this to be the best method that works because my example is this. If a dog is heading towards a street, okay, and a car's coming and is chasing another dog, you have one command to get that dog back. I don't care if you're waving around a stake. If that dog's chasing another dog and it's in full chase prey mode, it's not going to happen. If you've built the dog's response level to you through obedience training, and the dog values you as the leader of the pack, now it has a reason to respond. So my training, as I like to term it, is reality training. So first it starts in the home, then we go into the neighborhoods, parks, shopping centers, where and when you realistically need and want your dog to listen.
It's really great because what you do is not only train the owners, but you train the owners to train the dogs.
Absolutely.
So that they can end up happy dogs and families.
Yes,
I have one last question, and we have like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Why does the dog not see you as the alpha male when you, or the alpha dog when you go in, and not their owner?
Oh, it does, because we establish things right away. I asked the owner to have the dog on a leash and collar, and I shouldn't say every, but 90.
So it sees you as alpha and their owners as alpha?
Right, only through the training. Now down the road, it's not going to look at me as anything other than, oh, it's her again. I wonder if she still thinks she's the boss. I need people to be able to handle their dog. That's my job. I can train any dog. That's not what it's about. It's training the people to train their dogs so they can get the wanted behavior.
Sheri, it went by very quickly. Thank you. I invite people to get your book, check, call you, look at your website.
Natasha,
thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for the opportunity. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
My name is Natasha Sherman. Thank you for joining us.